Why people stay poor, breaking the cycle, identify the psychological and behavioral patterns that keep people in financial struggle. Money is one of the few things that affects nearly every part of our lives. Yet most people are never taught how to think about it. Around the world, millions of hardworking people struggle financially, not because they lack intelligence or effort, not but because they unknowingly repeat behaviors and beliefs that keep them trapped. Poverty is not always caused by income alone. In many cases, it is reinforced by habits, emotions, mindset, and financial decisions that compound over time. This video is not about blaming people for being poor. Many face real challenges such as economic inequality, limited education, health issues, or unexpected crises. But regardless of where someone starts, understanding the psychological and behavioral patterns behind financial struggle can help anyone make better decisions and gradually improve their financial future. Let's explore the 10 key reasons people remain financially stuck and more importantly, how to break the cycle. Number one, living only for today instead of planning for tomorrow. One of the biggest reasons people remain financially stressed is the tendency to focus only on immediate needs and pleasures. Human psychology naturally favors instant rewards over future benefits. Buying something today feels more satisfying than saving for something years away. Unfortunately, this habit slowly erodes financial security. People often say, I'll start saving when I earn more, but higher income rarely solves our financial habits. Without planning, expenses usually grow as income increases. This is known as lifestyle inflation. Instead of building wealth, people simply buy more expensive versions of the same lifestyle. Planning ahead creates opportunities. Even small savings invested consistently can grow through compound interest. A person does not need to be rich to start planning, they need consistency. Let's say example, two friends each receive a yearly salary increase. One spends every raise on new gadgets and luxury items. The other saves just 15% of every increase. After 10 years, the saver has built an emergency fund and investments while the spender still lives paycheck to paycheck despite earning more. Next point number two, believing money problems are caused only by external factors. Many people develop that what psychologists call an external locus of control. They believe their financial situation is controlled entirely by like government policies, employers, family background, or the economy. Why these factors absolutely matter. Believing they are only causes removes personal responsibility. People with an internal locus of control ask different questions. Instead of asking why is this even happening to me, they ask what can I do differently. That shift changes behavior. They seek education, develop new skills, negotiate salaries, start side businesses, and continuously improve themselves. Accepting responsibility does not ignore this injustice. It simply focuses attention on actions within one's control. Let's say example, two workers lost their jobs during an economic downturn. One blames the economy and waits, one hoping conditions improve. The other immediately learns new digital skills, updates their resume, networks online, and secures another opportunity much sooner. Next point number three, fear of failure prevents financial growth. Fear is one of the strongest barriers to wealth creation. Many people avoid investing, changing careers, starting businesses, or learning new skills because they worry about making mistakes. Ironically, avoiding risk often becomes the biggest financial risk of all. Success people don't eliminate fear, they manage it. They understand what mistakes are lessons rather than permanent failures. Every investment, career move, or business decision involves uncertainty. Waiting for perfect certainty usually means missing opportunities. The goal is not reckless risk taking, it's calculated risk supported by education and preparation. Let's say example, one individual refuses to invest because markets fluctuate. Another spends monthly learning about diversified investing before gradually investing small amounts. 20 years later, the educated investor has built significantly wealth while the fearful saver has lost purchasing power power to inflation. Next point number four, lack of financial education creates expensive mistakes. Schools teaches mathematics, science, and history, but many people never learn budgeting, investing, taxes, debt management, or compound interest. Without financial education, individuals make decisions based on advertisements, emotions, or advice from equally uniformed, uninformed friends. Financial literacy changes how people think. Instead of asking whether they can afford a monthly payment, they ask about total cost, opportunity cost, and long-term consequences. Learning about money is one of the highest return investments anyone can make because every future financial decision improves. Someone purchases a car by focusing only on the monthly investment installment. Another person compares interest rates, insurance cost, maintenance, depreciation, and resale value before making a decision. The second person saves the thousands over the vehicle lifetime. Next point number five, emotional spending replaces emotional healing. Many purchases have little to do with actual need. People shop when they feel stressed, lonely, bored, anxious, or unhappy. Retail therapy offers temporary emotional relief, but it often creates long-term financial pressure. Marketing experts understand emotional triggers extremely well. Advertisements sell status, confidence, happiness, and belonging, not just products. Learning to separate emotions from financial decisions protects both mental and financial health. Creating healthier coping mechanisms such as exercise, hobbies, meditation, or meaningful relationships reduce unnecessary spending. Let's say example, after a stressful week, someone spends hundreds of dollars shopping online for things they rarely use. Another person experiences the same stress but chooses exercise, reading, and time with family instead, preserving both emotional well-being and financial stability. Depending on one source of income, many households really rely entirely on one paycheck. This creates financial vulnerability because a single job loss, illness, or economic crisis can eliminate all income overnight. Building multiple income streams does not necessarily mean working endlessly. It could include investments, rental income, freelance work, digital products, dividends, royalties, or small businesses. Diversification reduces financial risk just as diversified investments reduce market risk. Let's say example. During an industry slowdown, one employee loses their job and struggles immediately because they have no additional income. Another employee also loses their job but continues receiving income from freelance consulting and dividend investments while searching for new employment. Surrounding yourself with financially negative influences. Human behavior is heavily influenced by social circles. Friends, families, and colleagues shape beliefs about spending, saving, investing, and success. If everyone around someone constantly spends beyond their means, avoids investing, or criticizes ambition, those behaviors become normalized. Positive environments encourage growth, learning, and accountability. This does not mean abandoning loved ones. It means intentionally seeking mentors, educational communities, and financially responsible role models. The people around us influence our expectations of what is possible. Let's say example, one person joins a community focused on entrepreneurship and investing, whether where members share knowledge and encourage disciplined financial habits. Another spends time with the friends who constantly encourage unnecessary spending. Over time, their financial outcomes become dramatically different. Next point number 8, confusing income with wealth. Many people assume that high income automatically means financial success. In reality, income and wealth are completely different. Income is what people earn. Wealth is what they keep, grow, and own. Someone earning a modest salary while consistently saving and investing may become wealthier than someone with a high very income who spends nearly everything. Real wealth provides freedom, flexibility, and security, not simply luxury consumption. Let's say example, a doctor earning a high salary buys expensive cars, luxury vacations, and a large home with heavy debt. Meanwhile, a teacher consistently saves and invests over decades. Eventually, the teacher reaches financial independence despite earning much less. This point number 9, avoiding difficult financial conversations. Many people avoid discussing money because they feel embarrassed or uncomfortable. They ignore debt statements, delay budgeting, postpone investment decisions, or avoid negotiating salaries. Avoidance creates larger problems over time. Facing financial reality allows solutions to begin. Budgeting, debt repayment plans, investment strategies, and career planning all require honest conversations with ourselves and sometimes with professionals. Financial confidence grows through action, not avoidance. Let's say example for this. Someone ignores credit card debt for years until interest becomes overwhelming. Another person contacts the lender early, creates a repayment strategy, and gradually becomes debt free with far less financial damage. Next point number 10, believing change happens overnight. Modern culture celebrates overnight success, but sustainable wealth usually grows slowly through consistent habits repeated over many years. Small daily actions matter. Saving regularly, learning continuously, investing consistently, improving professional skills, and making thoughtful financial decisions may seem insignificantly individually. Together, they transform financial lives. The greatest financial advantage is not intelligence or luck, it is consistency. Every millionaire started with their first investment. Every debt-free person began with their first payment. Every financially independent person built habits long before achieving results. Let's say example for this. One individual invests a modest amount every month for 25 years without interruption. Another wait for the perfect time to begin investing. Although both eventually invest similar amounts annually. The consistent investor accumulates sustainably more wealth because time and compound growth work in their favor. Finally, breaking the cycle of poverty is not about finding a secret shortcut or becoming rich overnight. It begins with changing how we think, behave, and make financial decisions every single day. Income matters, but mindset, habits, education, discipline, and consistency often determine whether income turns into lasting wealth. Remember, your financial future is shaped less by one big decision and more by thousands of small choices made over time. If this video helped you understand the hidden psychology behind financial success, share it with someone who could benefit from these lessons. Subscribe for more videos on personal finance, investing, and wealth building and financial psychology. Our journey toward financial freedom starts with the next decision we make today. Thank you.